chair of the Women's Committee does rise to report after having had under consideration House Bill 121 that recommended the same do pass. Representative Madam Speaker, members of the House, thank you for the opportunity to present House Bill 121, a bill that reflects the values and priorities of Montanans, protecting privacy, safeguarding dignity, and ensuring safety for women and children in vulnerable places. Let me be clear, this is not a new fight. I have been in this arena for years, standing firm against radical forces that seek to erode the basic rights and protections of women and girls. This bill is not about exclusion or hate. It's about common sense boundaries that have served our society for generations. Women should not have to sacrifice their privacy or their safety because of political agendas or cultural trends. Girls should not feel uncomfortable or afraid to use a restroom or a locker room at school. Parents deserve to know that their children are protected when they step into spaces designated for their gender. The reality is simple. Biological differences matter. Pretending they don't creates confusion, discomfort, and danger. House Bill 121 provides clarity, consistency, and peace of mind for Montanans. It ensures that women's restrooms, locker rooms, correctional facilities, and other intimate spaces remain just that, private and secure. I know that the critics will cry discrimination. They always do, but let me tell you what discrimination looks like. It's forcing a young girl to share a vulnerable space with a biological male.
LRV, chromosomes can't be changed. This bill respects the differences between the sexes, and respecting the difference between the sexes is essential to ensuring the privacy, dignity, and safety of both sexes. Letting males into women's privacy facilities based on their belief about gender deprives women, especially the many who have suffered from sexual abuse, of essential privacy rights. Women and children deserve to have their privacy and dignity safeguarded in vulnerable spaces.
More importantly, we have the legal liability to these covered entities. We heard in committee that the structure of this bill was designed to encourage these entities to take, quote, reasonable steps to prevent this harm. But what are those steps? How do they do that? We asked in committee and we don't know. We don't have answers. This bill provides no details, no instructions, no resources, and no time for these entities to figure it out.
Is it will do three things. First, when we talk about the private right of action here, it creates a space where the person who's trying to enforce this is someone who thinks someone going to the bathroom isn't woman enough. They can go and say, you know what, actually, I'm going to go accost that person. I'm going to go yell at that person, and then I'm going to sue because I don't think you fit my idea of what a woman should be. That is opening the door to real danger, to real predators, making it easy for them to accost and arrest people. The second thing that this bill will do is put the lives of trans people in danger. The sponsor closed on the bill in committee. They said that this bill has come across several different states, and so there were real issues. This bill has come across a state like Ohio. And in a state of Ohio, a trans man was forced by a bill like this to use the women's restroom. And he was followed in and assaulted for using that restroom. We had a high schooler in Oklahoma who used the restroom that these types of bills wanted them to use. And they were beaten in that high school. I would submit for the sponsor's consideration the lives of trans people should be weighed in that calculus. And the last thing here, and I think the most disappointing of these bills, is what it really comes down to, is at the end, people who vote for this bill on the side of the aisle get to go say, as the sponsor said, as other members have said, oh, we fought against the radical left. To me, that is a pale reason to vote for a bill that clearly harms people. And lastly, to my colleague across the aisle in C2, you mentioned European countries. Hope you would update your data. Just in the last year, Germany and France have both expanded care for transgender individuals. And when it comes to the history of trans people, I would like to remind this body that we are no more than just over a decade out of us having the right to marry. So I would ask that you leave trans people alone. Let me be the woman I'm happy to be. Let me live my life. Vote no.
Now arises on the motion of Representative Seekins to vote that the Municipal Committee advisory report after having had under consideration House Bill 121 urgent safety passed. Motion will vote aye, those opposed vote no. Are there absentee votes?
None, Madam Chair.
Has every member voted, sending on voice to change his or her vote, and not the clerk will record the vote?
Madam Chair, 58 representatives have voted aye, 42 have voted no.
House Bill 121 has passed second reading.